All right, Shalom. Kolo Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the house of David. To the hopeful elect, you Akim out their patience, word in truth and sincerity. All right, this is going to be a quick lesson, to just kind of, add on to, the understanding, all right, of the Charagma, all right, the New World Order. All right, basically, it's showing that this so-called, cryptocurrency, all right, is not, so-called decentralized or out of Esau's realm of control. All right. And basically, as you see here, Coinbase, which is one of the main brokers or, one of the main businesses, all right, that controls, the flow of assets in cryptocurrency. Basically, they're showing that they're able to block, these addresses. All right. So, the reason how that ties into the Charagma, all right, like our elders have brought out multiple times, all right, they're going to be able to, turn the thing off. They're going to be able to track you. They're going to be able to block you from accessing certain things, you see? And that's what's happening here, all right? This is just a precursor of it. So Coinbase says it's blocking 25,000 Russia-linked crypto addresses. It says crypto is bad for sanctions evasion. You see that? So that's why they're doing it, because basically all of these sanctions that are being pushed on Russia, all right, in this, basically, the situation with Russia and Ukraine, is a precursor, by the elites to tank the economy, all right, to implement, that great reset, all right, and they're using, as has been the case, for many, many years, they're using Russia, man. Russia is like that, the boogeyman, all right? That's why when you go into it, when you go into the backstory, all right, of Russia and the U.S., all right, and they made the agreement back in 1990, all right, basically the U.S. told, the Russians that they would not move an inch toward the east, all right? But ultimately what happened? NATO has taken, all right, forced those countries close to Russia, man. All right, they're basically right at their doorstep, So what they're doing, they're implementing all these sanctions. They're using Russia as a boogeyman, all right? But ultimately, this is to set the stage even further, all right? And they're going to be able to have access, when they, what's that one show, Black Mirror, all right? When, you are connected with everything, 5G, the Internet of Things, all of that technology. All right. And you have to understand that, all of this decentralized and all that BS, that freedom that Esau tried to push is all a lie. All right. Because that's one of the reasons, that Esau really pushed, cryptocurrency. It's the anonymity of it. You're anonymous, and this, that. But that's not reality. All right. Coinbase says it's currently blocking 25,000 cryptocurrency addresses linked to Russian people or entities defending itself against claims that Russia could evade sanctions with crypto. All right. Basically, they go into it, that Russia could use cryptocurrency to blunt the force of U.S. sanctions. All right. So basically these big companies, that basically make their money off of. Let me just get it real quick. All right. Coinbase is a secure online platform for buying, selling, transferring, and storing cryptocurrency. All right. And that's just what it is, man. But it's not, all right? Because these particular companies, you have Coinbase, you have Kraken, all right? It's more than just a Bitcoin trading platform. You have all these different platforms, all right, that basically control, they monetize by way of charging you fees to do your transactions and all of that. But guess what? They also have the ability to do, as it says here. All right. So in a blog post published yesterday, Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal outlined how the financial exchange is complying with new rules imposed amid the ongoing invasion of Ukraine. That includes using sophisticated blockchain analytics to identify accounts that are indirectly linked to banned users. You see that? So it's not anonymous, man. All right. Esau has this technology, all right, where he can pinpoint, all right, whether you're a banned user, whether you have a VPN or, any of that, man. All right. And this is all set in the stage. All right. Just continues on, basically going into, how sanctions are important for promoting national security and all this BS. All right. Which shows, all right, as it says there, sanctions play a vital role in promoting national security and deterring unlawful aggression, and Coinbase fully supports these efforts by government authorities. You see that? Showing that all of these businesses, man, all of these corporations are fully in line with the government. All right. If you would, if something like this would have been going on 10 years ago, you wouldn't have a cryptocurrency platform or any other kind of platform talking about, how vital it is to promote national security. You see? But now you have these other platforms that are now being vocal in support of government actions. You know what I'm saying? Continues on, while crypto wallets can be anonymous and don't require dealing with traditional banks, he points out that transactions are traceable, permanent, and public. Right, man? That's the point of, these platforms. All right? You can't lie. All right? You can't, distort it. And that's what the Charagma is going to do. You're not going to be able to lie. It's all traceable. It's all permanent, and it's all public. Your transactions are going to be visible. Your social credit score. All right. Like we see in China. All right. And it continues, digital assets have properties that naturally deter common approaches to sanctions evasion. So that's the point. I mean, he's just talking at this point. You have Binance. All right. Binance founder called crypto too small for Russia, citing its extremely low adoption levels. All right. Basically, disagreeing, all right, with the previous dude they was just talking about, and basically saying that the digital currency's value for large-scale illicit transactions wouldn't make a difference because basically they don't have large-scale adoption in Russia, meaning a lot of people aren't using it compared to how you might see in China or how you might see in America. All right. But, ultimately, man, the point is made. All right. This is why it says in Rev, the 13th chapter, that no man might buy or sell. You see, this is another indicator, of that platform that they are using, right? This is their way that they're going to be able to stop that, that no man buy or sell. All right. Whether you're rich or poor, man, you're not going to be able to, because as we just read, let me just go back to it. All right. The transactions and your information and all of that, everything's going to be traceable, permanent, and public. You're not going to be able to evade, whereas now, they have to send a paper, mail you something, to let you know that you have to appear in court or, all of that. Nah, man, they're going to hunt you down, That's why we know that, the U.S. government has been, stockpiling certain things, such as munitions and, other things, all right, to off with your head, man, So that's it, man. That was the point. This wasn't, it was something deep, but it just goes to show you, that they're going to be the same way, they can, on a lower level, remove our videos and strike and do all that. On a higher level, all of this cryptocurrency and all of these platforms, that are being used will be implemented all together. That's the purpose of the so-called blockchain. That's the purpose of all of this, quote, decentralized, but it's really not decentralized, man, and, yeah, man, this is part of it. This is what's going to connect everything, especially with the pushing out of the 5G, having that higher frequency, being able to communicate, across hundreds of thousands of miles, with the Charagma, with all of those RFID signals and all of that. And it's going to tie seamlessly, man. You're not going to be able to blink without Esau knowing. You see? So, hey, man, this is just beautiful to see. All right. Because ultimately, this shows, man, like, hold on, cryptocurrency is supposed to be this, cryptocurrency is supposed to be that. How are you blocking crypto addresses? You see, that's like, bro, that's like a bank, openly saying that they used your money and you can't withdraw the money that you deposited. Like, imagine that happened. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing here. Like, hold on now. The purpose of your platform is so that way these individuals, all right, can do certain things with your platform, and now you're completely blocking them. And the whole purpose of this is liberty and to be anonymous and all that. You see? So yeah, man, that's why a lot of that stuff is going on in Russia, you know, because ultimately, of course, Russia being against Babylon, all right, but Ukraine is just the stage that's being pushed. Ukraine is the one in the middle, all right, but they're being utilized, by the elites, all right. So yeah, that's how it's going to happen, man. You know, they're going to be able to just block your Charagma, turn it off. They're going to have technology to just kill you, really. That's what it boils down to, and they don't have to tell you anything. They're going to say it's in the name of national security and all that, like we saw in this article, man. So, hey, Lord's will, you as edified, man. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the house of David, the hopeful elect. I came out there, push this word in truth and sincerity. All right, and as it reads in closing, Revelation 13:17, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. It's going to be impossible. You see, because they're going to make it, where you're traceable. You're fully tied in. You're fully implemented. So all we got to do is flip a switch, man. So, hey, until next time, we say shalom.